I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
You know, when I saw this morning from Sergeant Woody Pete, I read this. I read this about 2 hours ago, and let me tell you why. You know, Steven Crowder is allowed. Why the Steven Crowders, the Matt Walsh, the Ben Shapiro's, and even Charlie Kirk got away with making statements, erroneous statements about black people. And I'm gonna tell you why they tend to get away with it. And this is an offline media. The people it's always your average black person that they come in contact with. Then is the online people, the black people online. Then is the black people in what we would call traditional or legacy media. All three is at fault why people like Steven Crowder gets away with it. All right. Now, so the thing is, this is what Willie Pete said on his community tab. This is why Steven Crowder is a goddamn liar. It's a goddamn lie. The black female judge released the Carlos Brown because of DEI. Now, for those who don't know, unless you're living under a rock, the Carlos Brown was the guy who did this shine, this nut job, who stabbed this young refugee from Ukraine, this young woman from refugee, and the sad thing about it is she was escaping violence from the Russians, and then she went into a subway in Raleigh, North Carolina, and got viciously attacked by a person who should not never been inside, who should not be out on the streets. So that's the tragedy of it. But to sit there and call it DEI, and ever since her vicious murder, you have people on Twitter calling this, oh, she was attacked because she's white. That might be true. I'm not going to dispute that. That's possibly, the reason why the young woman was attacked was primarily because she is black. Who knows? But that's not. But he's not really the focus, because he is, even though he is the scumbag, is what Steven Crowder and Matt Walsh and even at the time Charlie Kirk was doing, right? Was saying, the late Charlie Kirk was saying, trying to make it all about, oh, he was out of jail because the judge was a black woman, and she was playing racial identity politics and so forth. But the truth matters over here, not your opinion. Facts matter. So Willie Pete put this out here. Now, Willie Pete been here on YouTube as long as I have. This is what Willie Pete wrote, and it makes sense. and all you got to do is actually do your research, look it up. You know, this is why Steven Crowder is a goddamn lie. Black female judge released Carlos Brown because of DEI. Steve keeps running around the internet saying the same lie, misleading white people and feeding white rage about specifics of the case. You know what? I'm gonna sit here and say this straight up, right? Before I go in on this. I hope y'all know Steven Crowder is not an American. I hope y'all know Steven Crowder is not an American. Y'all better have a campaign, put this on a platform, on a campaign. I'm talking to the Democrats. Make sure ICE picks up Steven Crowder and takes his ass right back to Canada, because he's trying to start a race riot, a race war in the United States. So take his ass right back to Canada where he belongs. That's what. See. Do I have to do all the thinking for the Democrats? But y'all don't listen to me. As all the time I've been trying to interview y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all might want to do this. Y'all so dumb. The Democrat Party's are dumb. Y'all don't know how to fight. Yes, you right, V-Dub. Yeah, SWP been going off. But let's read the facts here. Right? Let's read the facts, because again, Willie Pete been here as long as I have. We've been on the YouTube streets as long as I have. We've seen this play before. Right? We've seen this play before. But let me go ahead and do this, right? White America has defunded mental health care since 1960 under JFK, and yet the outcome was totally preventable to the president. Wait a minute, Willie Pete's wrong on this. Ronald Reagan was the president that defunded, that spearheaded get rid of mental institutions and defund mental institutions. So that started around 1980, or I should say 1981, the early 80s, when he start get rid of mental institutions. But anyway, that's just an oversight. But let's keep moving. Yet again, want particular outcomes, but don't want it to have to cost them to ensure these things don't happen. Here's what publicly known about the recent arrest of Carlos Brown Jr. In January 2025, Brown was arrested for allegedly misusing the 911 system. He reportedly made repeated calls claiming that a man-made material was controlling when he ate, walked, and spoke. At the time, a magistrate judge, Teresa Stokes, who is the black woman who's being attacked, by the way. I want y'all to notice, because I said this the other day on Sunday on Auntie's channel about there's a certain narrative, and there's certain narratives that's been going on, circling around, attacking black female judges and mayors. It's been going on for at least 4 or 5 years now, and I've been noticing a trend. But Negroes like Don Gordito with his slow ass can't seem to understand that. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So at the time, a magistrate judge, Teresa Stokes, released him on a written promise to appear, i.e. no bond, rather than holding him in custody. At the time of his arrest for murder in August 2025, Brown was free from any pending serious felony cases and was only facing the minor charge from January. Why was he released? Because the January charge was a misdemeanor misuse of emergency calls rather than a violent felony. The judge determined his appearance risk. Will will he show up for court, and perhaps not that he was a clear public safety risk. Though hindsight shows that this judgment is now being heavily criticized. There is no active felony detainer or serious charge pending at the moment. So legally, legally, the release decision wasn't within standard procedure, though the decision is now under scrutiny. Now, when it comes to the mental health, the law, the U.S. has set of landmark court rulings and statutes that prevent people with mental illness from being locked away indefinitely just because they are mentally ill. Four of the most important are O'Connor versus Donaldson, 1975. Supreme Court, when it established, the court ruled that a state cannot constitutionally confine a non-dangerous individual who is capable of surviving safety and freedom either alone or with help. Impact. Mental illness alone is not enough to justify indefinite confinement. There must be evidence of danger to self or others or inability to live safely outside an institution. Adlington versus Texas, 1979. It established the set standard of proof for involuntary civil confinement. No, I'm sorry, commitment. Impact. States must prove by clear and convicting evidence that an individual is mentally ill and pose a threat for committing them. This higher standard protects against wrongful and indefinite confinement. Allstat versus LC, 1999. Supreme Court interpreting the Americans with Disabilities Act. What it established unjustified segregation of people with mental disabilities in institutions is a form of discrimination. Impact. People with mental illness have the right to live in the least restrictive settings possible. States must provide community-based treatment when appropriate. Number 4, state civil commitment statutes informed by above rulings. Each state has its own mental health laws, but generally require proof of dangerous to self and others or grave disability and inability to provide for basic needs. Periodic judicial review of the commitment. Uh-oh. I forgot where it was at. Oh, the right to counsel and due process for the patient. Now I can go on and on here. You know, like right here. Okay, like the January arrest. He was arrested in January for allegedly misusing 911 system. The magistrate released him on a written promise to appear in court. Assessing his signature was his bond. Why no bench warrant? A bench warrant usually happens if the person fails to appear for a scheduled hearing or the person violates conditions of release. In Brown case, court records show that his misdemeanor case was still pending, but he hadn't yet reached a court date when he missed. And because it was a low-level charge, misdemeanor misuse of 911, and he wasn't under a felony indictment at the time, the system did not treat him as a priority for detention. there was no active felony or probation hold on him, so judges did not issue a bench warrant. Under North Carolina law, until he skipped in a required appearance or posed an imminent danger tied to that charge, a bench warrant wasn't triggered. In short, he wasn't arrested on a bench warrant after January because he hadn't missed a court date yet on that charge, and the offense was a minor misdemeanor. The release decision left him unsupervised until the fatal August stabbing, which is why that January case is now under heavy scrutiny. See, facts matter, not your goddamn opinion. Let me tell this to some of you dumb niggas on this over here. Your opinions and your conspiracy theories don't matter shit. Facts matter. Y'all just talk and don't show the facts. Y'all don't show the evidence. You know what happened. You got a fat parrot. I'm about to go in on another nigga. You got a fat parrot saying, well, Kamala Anthony's mother is a prostitute, and that's why she got all that money to help Kamala Anthony out. See, that fat parrot who don't know how to change a shirt, but y'all listen to him. Don't worry, I'm gonna cook the fat parrot. See, the thing is, it's personal now. It's personal. It's been personal ever since when this thing happened? Around March. Around March and April, it's been personal. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Right? Can't stand you dumb Negroes. Anyway, the list of non-black people who have committing violent crimes while having schizophrenic episodes. Russell Lejeune Weston Jr., the U.S. Capitol shooting, previously diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Wait a minute, paranoid schizophrenia. That's like the other MGTOW idiot. My MGTOW brothers. Oh yes. I'm about to cook all of black YouTube. I'm gonna cook y'all for a reason. I'm gonna cook y'all for this reason. Paranoid schizophrenia found incompetent to stand trial. Jared Lee Logner. Tulsa shooting Gabby Giffords. Yeah, that's when she was shot in the grocery store. Diagnosed with schizophrenia. Initially incompetent, later medicated and plead guilty. Vince Lee Will Baker, Canada, 2008. Greyhound bus killing. Court found him guilty. Found him not criminally responsible due to schizophrenia. Richard Trenton Chase, the vampire of Sacramento. Multiple diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia noted in his case. Now, you see, the famous one of all. The famous one of them all, Ed Gein. If you watch the movie Psycho, if you watch the movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those two movies is based off of Ed Grant, by the way. Ed Grant, 1957, arrested for murders and grave robbing, finding not guilty for reason of insanity, diagnosed with schizophrenia, and institutionalized for life. Now, the rest of this is Canada and United Kingdom. So this whole idea and the narrative that black men are not allowed to be crazy and that only white men can be crazy needs to stop. Crazy white people gets institutionalized, typically not found guilty. Black people, they always try to find an argue for the death penalty. White people want to be victims in a vacuum that's so terribly bad, but it's not even funny. If you really want to fix this problem, fund mental health. And the reason why I made this video, because this comment by Sigmund Floyd, he said this information needs to be everywhere. I don't know why the left and the black community were allowing the right and the far right to grift off of this case. His comment is the reason why I'm making this video, by the way. His comment is the reason why I'm making this video. Because I'm getting really fucking tired. And this is the reason why I'm going to talk about when Steve Crowder showed up at that barbershop. When Steve Crowder showed his white ass at that barbershop, so let me tell you something. I know where that barbershop at. I know where that barbershop's at now. That barbershop is in Plano, Texas. He said it was Dallas. No, it's not. It's in Plano, Texas, which is north of Dallas. And I'm gonna say this to any black person who has a problem. If you got a problem with Steven Crowder, I suggest y'all do not go to that I forgot what it's called, Super J's barbershop. Don't go over there. Don't even be a customer over there. Don't even use their service to cut your hair. If Steven Crowder shows up, Steven Crowder been showing up over there for at least 4 years and talk shit to black people, and you Negroes pisses me off when y'all keep allowing Steven Crowder do this shit. Yeah, close it down. I'm for it. Close that barbershop down. And you niggas that was up in that barbershop trying to talking about we got black fatigue. The first question I would have asked Steven Crowder was, if you so worried about black fatigue, why you up in a black place of business? Why are you the only white man surrounded by 20 niggas? Why are you talking about black fatigue when you surrounded by 20 different black men? And you over here talking shit. That right there should tell you black fatigue does not exist. Because you up in black people's faces. So if you really was fatigued about black people, why you up in everybody's face? Yeah. And DOD, right? DOD. That barbershop in Plano is in a black neighborhood. So you went all the way from Dallas, drove an hour and a half to get to Plano. I want y'all to know, if you know where Plano, Texas at. If you know where Plano's at, he drove from all the way from Dallas to Plano, which it'll take like at least like an hour, right? You drove all the way up there, and you find a friendly black place. He couldn't do that in Dallas. I'm gonna tell you why Steven Crowder could not do that in Dallas. He could not do that in Dallas because Dallas is probably the most pro-black city. I mean, among black people, among us, most of your radical, militant, pro-blacks are in Dallas. Like the Hugh Pew Newton Gun Club. They're based in Dallas and Fort Worth. You can't show up in Dallas with that. That's why you got what's his name? Micah X got up in Dallas and start pew-pewing on the Dallas police officers. That's how militant black people are in Dallas. You can't run up in Dallas saying doing all that. That's why he went all the way from Dallas to Plano and talk that shit. But the first thing, if he would roll up in that barber shop, and if I was in that barber shop, the first question is when he brought talking about black fatigue, I'll say, okay, if there's such thing as black fatigue, why are you here? That would have been the first question, and that would be the only question being asked and answered to, because everything else comes after it is non and void. Okay, that's non and void. Why? Because if you so scared about black people, why you with 20 niggas in one damn establishment? But like I said at the beginning of this live stream, let me tell you, let me tell you a problem. Now I mentioned the three things. The average black person offline is a problem. The black online community is a problem. And black people in traditional media is a problem in addressing people like him, Charlie Kirk, and Matt Walsh. I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna talk. First, I'm gonna talk about the niggas that was in that barber shop. You got an old black man wearing sunglasses talking about reparations, and then he said something so stupid that they willing to cut up his statements and put it out on the internet. So now the older black men with the glasses, they're lampooning him. They're lampooning the guy who wearing the guy with the dreads wearing the jersey. Then they're lampooning the guy who's wearing the red shirt. But the whole thing, Steven Crowder was saying, "Oh, look at me! I'm here to have a conversation. I'm here to have a discussion." And look what's going on. Y'all can't see how Steven Crowder works. He does that to everybody else. He cuts up people's conversations, and then it make it look like he doing slam dunks on them. And y'all, what y'all should have did is say nothing to him. Y'all should have said nothing to him, except for dialing 911 and saying we got a trespasser. That's the only damn thing y'all should have did. Y'all should be like Wycliffe. Please call 911. That's what y'all should have did. Y'all should have called 911. We got somebody trespassing in our premises. Please remove him. He got a camera in our face while we get our hair cut. That's you violating our privacy. That's what y'all should have did. But enough with the Negroes out on the street. Let me talk about you online content creators. I'm talking about you black content creators. You've been here long. If you've been here long as me or me, V-Dub, or Willie Pete, we've been here since when Bush was president. We've been here since Bush was president. Let me tell you what y'all should see. I blame you new niggas. You Kevin Samuel era niggas. You Negroes who've been here, you Johnny come lately Negroes. This space was a serious space. All right, there was people on here being actual activists. There was people being interviewed. People was part of the. See, I'm not that red, black and green. Let me tell you right now. I'm too, what y'all would call. I'm not a militant. I'm not red, black, and green. You ain't gonna see me flying that shit. I'm not no Pan-African. I'm not a pro-whack like those Negroes in the conscious community. But I'd be damn, I'm allow somebody like a Steven Crowder or Bill O'Reilly to talk shit about black people and get away with it. But the problem is y'all turned this space into a clown show. Y'all turned this space into a clown show, and you know who I blame? I blame Tommy for this shit. I blame Tommy Sotomayor for this, because Tommy brought all the clown shit. Tommy Sotomayor and whenever it came in the Black Manager 2.0 and O'Shea and them made this to a clown show. So every serious topic is being diluted with the Anton Daniels and the Tommies and the Black Manager types and the divestors and these stupid ass BEWE heifers. It's no longer it's just a clown show. And that's my problem with the space. And I'm gonna say what happened on Auntie's channel. Because I'm really pissed off about this shit that happened on Auntie's channel. And no, I'm not talking about Don Gordito. We already know his ass is a clown. It's what the bullshit that Mela did that pisses me off. Now I was going to cook the shit out of Mela. I was going to cook the shit out of Mela's ass, but this whole idea of coming to a live stream and say, I don't know about politics, I don't discuss about, and then proceed to overtalk people about the topic, and don't know shit about the topic. That's that bullshit I'm talking about. What's going on? Because I'm about to cuss Mela Smooth the fuck out. You got a bunch of idiots who don't know shit, but yet they're the ones doing the most of the talking. That pissed me off. Okay? But let me also say something too, though. And it's about the black people inside and within what we call the media. Your Roland Martins. Roland Martin needs to stop with that simp shit. Roland Martin wants to buck up. Roland Martin wants to buck up when it comes to young. He's doing that Steve Harvey simp shit to young black men. No, Roland Martin, don't act tough to King Randall. Don't act tough to the brother who ran for mayor of Chicago against the current mayor during that whole DNC convention when you buck up to him. No, you go to where Steve Crowder is at. If you see these white people invading black institutions, and since you, Roland Martin, that wants to be a fucking ass, I'm Kappa and I'm a black Greek. Well, defend those black Greeks in Tennessee State. If you're going to, if they invading black HBCU, then you invade theirs. If you see them sitting right there invading your shit, invading a black church in Philadelphia, you got that white boy going beside Mother Bethel AME in Philly. No, you invade where they're at. That is my problem with these black so-called pundits. And what y'all should did to Stephen A. What y'all should done to Stephen A. is show up at Stephen A. Don't talk about Stephen A. on somebody else's platform. Do what Serena Williams' husband did. I know he's white. So what? I don't give a fuck if he was white. But at least he showed up where Stephen A. was working at and say, hey, Stephen A., where you at? What's going on, Stephen A.? Show up at where they work at. That's one thing I respect the shit out of what's his name? Alexa Oman or Amaham, whatever his name is. You know who I'm talking about. Serena Williams' husband. He got more. Listen, let me tell you something. It's sad that a white man, I'm gonna say it right now. It's sad that a white man done more for a black woman than black men done for black women. Yeah, I said it. Oh yeah, I said it. That man done more for his wife than anybody else had done for the wives or baby mamas. When it comes to Stephen A. Smith attacking your own. The only one who's stepping up to the only ones who's stepping up to Stephen A. is actually Steven Jackson and LeBron. But I want somebody to step up to Stephen A. in his face and say, do you want this work? When Stephen A. is at an NBA game, one of y'all need to turn around and say, Stephen A., why are you here, son? Why are you talking this shit, Stephen A.? Slap the microphone off his hand if you want to. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see one of you NBA players slap that microphone off Stephen A.'s hand and tell him to pick it up and walk away. Damn right. That's why I said I'm jealous of Serena's husband, because he showed more balls than anybody. Yeah, slap him like Tommy Sotomayor got slapped. Yeah, but I would put my hands on him. I just slapped that microphone off his hand. I just slapped that microphone off your hand. You over here want to raise your voice at black people. Bill O'Reilly was talking shit, was using the P. Diddy trial to talk shit about black people in front of Stephen A. And Stephen A. Oh, we'll just debate about it tomorrow. But black people need to listen to jazz, and they need to listen to R&B like Motown back in the day. As if black people only listen to Motown. I guess Bill O'Reilly forgot that that James Brown was on Atlantic. Isaac Hayes was on Stax or Sticks. I think it was Stax or Sticks, but it was based up in Memphis at the time. As if black people just only thing. See, that tells me right there you don't know shit about black people, Bill O'Reilly. You think Motown was the only damn thing black people listen to, mother stupid son of a bitch? Slap that microphone off his hand and tell him to go pick it up. Get tired of that. Get tired of that shit when Nick, y'all sitting allow you allow Stephen A. You allow Steve Crowder. You allow Matt Walsh. I'm gonna say something too. That I do agree with Kevin Smith on one thing. We need is a black tax. That's one thing I agree with Steve Kevin Smith. Shout out to Kevo. Shout out to Kevo. Because Kevo, right, exactly. I saw that. I'm looking at, Bill O'Reilly sunned the shit out of Stephen A. I'm looking at this shit. And then though they did a show a week later, and Stephen A did not check Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly was talking like, well, black people still, we need to be like, black people need be like what Smokey Robinson and be like the Four Tops and the Temptations. Y'all need to leave rap music. Black people need to leave rap music. It's the culture. Nigga, white boy, shut the fuck up. Talking about abuse. You whoop your wife's ass. Listen. You let somebody come at me. Listen. If Bill O'Reilly came at me with that bullshit, I'll tell Bill O'Reilly, okay, Bill O'Reilly, if rap music is so violent, what made you slap your wife upside her fucking head and kicked her down the stairs? That's what I would have told Bill O'Reilly. Why did you slap your wife upside the damn head? Right. So if rap music is making black people violent, then what music you would listen to, Bill, when you whoop your wife's ass? End of discussion. Didn't Cannon roast Bill? I don't know. I think so. Yeah. He did. He did. But that was the only black person who actually did it. I don't think Ice Cube has the VD case. Bill has, right. And Chris Cuomo might want to shut the fuck up too. I would tell Chris Cuomo, shut the fuck up too. Because we know what your brother was doing when he was governor of New York. Now, man, he's trying to be mayor of New York. Get the fuck out of here, man. Cameron, Cameron went in and cooked Bill O'Reilly on Bill O'Reilly. He's probably the only person who did it. And then here is my problem with the whole Bill O'Reilly thing, right? Ludacris should have turned around when a Bill O'Reilly got Pepsi to fire Luda. Luda should have went to Fox, sit down on their show, and say this to Bill O'Reilly's face. Okay, you got me fired. Then why is Ozzy Osbourne is hired and Ozzy Osbourne bitten heads of bats on stage? Ozzy had clacking new women on his punk rock stations, and he's singing satanic new music and shit. Where's you at, Mr. Christian, the bashing of Christianity, Bill O'Reilly? I would have went on the show and I asked that. No, we know this what this is about. If I was Ludacris, I went to Bill O'Reilly. You did this because I'm black. You did this because you don't like black people singing rap. So that's your problem. Sometimes I wish black people will fight offense. Stop doing this defense shit. But what do I know? You know, what do Big J know? I'm a country nigga. I'm not from the inner city. I fucks with white women. So what do the fuck do Big J knows? I don't know. You know. I'm just saying. You know. I don't know. I mean, I just, you know. Right. I remember he got Coca-Cola. No, it wasn't Coca-Cola. It was Pepsi. Pepsi doing it. No, it was Pepsi. It wasn't Coca-Cola. It was Pepsi. Okay, I remember the ad. I got it download. I did a video on that years ago. What the fuck do Big J knows? Goddamn, man, come on, fight. If you're gonna fight these people, fight. Don't sit and do this hands up. No, be aggressive. You know, be fucking aggressive. You see him saying some stupid shit, you know, like what Steve Crowder doing, going up in black barbershops. You listen, that barbershop is in Plano, Texas. I suggest nobody go over there anymore. Yeah. And hell, I remember. And let me address Boyce. Let me address Boyce Watkins. Oh, I'm sorry, Moist Napkins. All right. Let me address Moist Napkins. See, Moist Napkins might want to shut the fuck up too. Because hold on. Wait, because V-Dub made a comment. I want to highlight his comment. Because he mentioned a Boyce Moist, right? Hold on. I gotta find it. I remember when Boyce Watkins was on Bill O'Reilly back in 2007 and 2008. He was on there twice. Moist Napkins might want to shut the fuck up too. Bill O'Reilly made Boyce Watkins fold. I got that on video too. See, some people try to hide certain videos and certain clips. I got the video of Boyce Watkins being folded by Bill O'Reilly. And that's why Boyce blocked my ass. He blocked me on that shit. This happened like 4 or 5 years ago. I said, you talk all this shit about Obama, but when Bill O'Reilly came for you, Boyce, you folded. But yeah, you talk all this shit about another black man. Nigga, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say something too. And V-Dub, you was right on what you said, right? I have a problem with Jasmine Crockett. Yes, I do. I got a problem with Jasmine Crockett. But let me say this right now. I will take Jasmine Crockett over Stephen A. Smith 10 times. 10 times. No, scratch that. I'll take Jasmine Crockett 100 times out of 10. I'll take Jasmine Crockett 100 times out of 10 over Stephen A. Smith. And I have a problem with Jasmine. And this ain't no on some, oh, she's a sister, I gotta be a pro-black simp. No. I'm not on some pro-black simpy sip shit. I'm not simping. I'm really getting really tired of y'all allowing Stephen A. Smith being used by the white conservative like Bill O'Reilly, like Jason Whitlock, and you know what the game is. Because I see it. And I don't understand why niggas don't sit there, niggas online don't sit there and say, niggas, y'all are gender warring so hard. Y'all gender war so fucking hard that they're using y'all's talking points. The fuck bit me my fucking leg? What was that? What the fuck was okay? You know, yeah. Again, what do Big J knows, right? I mean, what? See, well, we ain't gonna listen to Big J because, you know, Big J don't live in the inner city. Big J don't hang around with black people. Big J don't live in a white town. Watch it. Big J does play in the snow every now and then. Forget all that shit. Big J doesn't believe in the red, black, and green shit. He don't do that conscious community crap. You niggas worry about this stupid shit, then worry about what's really the fuck going on. Everybody should be calling that barbershop, and the man at that barbershop, we ain't gonna do no more business with y'all until you stop Steven Crowder from showing up. Steven Crowder even put the name of the barbershop on his channel. That's how I tracked down the barbershop and knew where it was at. Stop allowing this motherfucker disrespecting black people. What do Big J knows, right? You know, what do I know? You know. Right. Listen, bro. That was not the first barbershop. The first barbershop was in 2021. And I'm surprised nobody caught on to that first barbershop. This barbershop, he did this year. I wanted to jump through that computer screen. When he was talking about black fatigue, I want to jump inside my computer. How dare you come up in a black establishment? Get yourself a haircut, by the way. He got himself a haircut in that motherfucker. I know. You didn't watch if you watched the first one, he got and this happened like in 2021. He got it, and them niggas were cutting his hair. Oh yes, we cut this white man's hair. I want to jump inside that computer. No wonder can't see. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm tell you why Steve Crowder done it. That because Candace Owens almost buried Steven Crowder. She almost got his ass up and out of here. You know what? Even though I cannot stand Candace Owens is probably the only black person who got up inside Steven Crowder's head and got up in his ass. Soul brother from the Great Lakes. I know who you are, soul brother. I know who you are. I know who you are. The great man. I wish you start making videos again. So brother, Great Lakes. I wish you start making videos again. Right, Candace dragged the shit out of Steven Crowder. She dragged the shit out of Steven Crowder. That shit was for somebody being a coon. She dragged this white man for filth. She dragged that white boy to filth. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. The black guy from the UK. He actually demolished Charlie Kirk. He actually demolished Charlie Kirk at the Oxford Union debate. Black people. This is the reason why I love the black people from Great Britain. Y'all see it coming and y'all react. See, black Americans don't know shit. You black people from shout out to two people on G block. They black UK, the black UK sector. Y'all some real activists. Y'all ain't here on some fuckery and we got to do some roast sessions on nightly basis and shit. No, y'all talk that shit and y'all do it. I love the people. I love black British people. That's why me and V-Dub is about to got our passports because they're about two three women over there. We gotta yeah man. I gotta get me a second job to get that for that London trip. Cause I gotta smash old girl, man. I'm sorry. I gotta smash it. I'm sorry. She just anyway. Yeah. I might go passport bro on this one. I might become a passport bro on that on her though. Woo, man. Yo, I gotta go to. Yeah. I've been monetized for like a month now. So yeah, I appreciate the $5 though. He's in Dub. Your husband in Dublin? Okay. But yeah, I gotta go to UK, man, because I got my suit ready. I'm thinking about going to I'm about to go shopping in London and shit. I'm planning on doing that shit. It may be next year or the year after. Me taking a trip to London. But anyway, unless there is a civil war in the UK, because you got the white boys acting fool up there in England, telling y'all. Hey, bro, you know who I'm talking about in the UK. You know but you know that one woman in the UK who I'm talking about. Cause I was, and oof. Anyway, right? I forgot where I was at. Oh, you said this, right? The sons shall pay the sins of their fathers. Now, I'm glad you said that, right? Isn't that in the Bible? I think that's in the Old Testament. I want to say the book of, hold on. I hadn't been in Sunday school in a while. I hadn't been in church in a while. Somebody help me out with the sins of the father shall pass on to the son. You see, if you are Christian, I'm talking to those white evangelical conservative Christians talking about reparations, talking about well, you wasn't a slave and I'm not the owner and but grandpappy used to own y'all and own your grandpappy and we got nothing to do with it. Read what's in that Bible. Your grandpa sinned. Your grandpa sinned, and you must repay what grandpa you owe. What grandpa have done. See, that would be the greatest argument. No, not Mona. But guess what? I'll fuck the shit out of Mona though. I'll fuck the shit out of Mona's ass. But Mona, I'm not talking about Mona. Mona's a freak. Mona's a freak. But you know what? I don't know if I could handle Mona. I don't know if I could handle Mona. Mona probably got me all tied up and with whips and chains and shit. No, I'm gonna leave Mona alone. She might get me tied up somewhere. Shit. Spending on no, not a cartoon cat. No. Good one though. She know how to twerk. Cartoon cat, she does know how to twerk. Tell you that right now, but no, she's not the one I'm talking about. Mona, man, I'd be scared with Mona. You might come in there to get you some box shit. Instead of you fucking her, she be fucking you. Shit. Fucking Mona. Telling you. Mona probably had your ass against the wall and shit. You know, but anyway, I know I'm being a little bit graphic. I'm being a little graphic and shit, and I apologize for being graphic. I ain't meant to just be going to that level, but yeah. That's probably one of my main reasons I want to go to London. Okay, and then I might do a stopover in Glasgow, not Glasgow. What's that city in Scotland? Because there is somebody I want to meet in Scotland my damn self as well though. Oh, how I'm feeling today, Pierre? I'm feeling all right though since last night because I drank me some water. I had I had some good sleep and shit. I had some good sleep, and that kind of cleared it up though. Some water and some sleep. Yeah, I'm not as cramped up as I was. What's going on, Candy Cane? What's going on with you? Mona told Sexy Red she was watching her big yellow titties. Yeah, and Mona's a freak. Man, Mona likes men and women. But I'd be scared trying to go after Mona. I'll be scared going after Mona. I'll be girl, man, you too much. Shit, she might be grabbing me. Come here, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Yeah, I'm gonna get off of here because I just got off from work today. You know, I just have to go deep and hard on the paint on Steven Crowder. Yeah, it was hilarious when Mona was trolling that. Yeah, it was. It was hilarious. It was hilarious to watch that. And, you know, I got a question now. Since y'all brought her up, what happened to her channel? By the way, she ain't been going live. Since y'all said that, I ain't seen nobody mentioning her. So anyway, let me get my black ass back to bed. I feel a lot better. Thank you, Pierre, and thank you, Vita, for I want to thank Solo V as well, who's up in the clouds watching. So anyway, I thank y'all for checking up on my ass. But remember, courage, Fred with here we go with the here we go with the with wisdom. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is what you have to do in spite of it. I'll conquer my fear for Mona. Oof, oof, oof. Hold on, Exposer here? I don't see Exposer. Exposer in my chat room? Oh yeah, what the hell I'm talking about? Yeah. He's in the chat room, of course. What the fuck? I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I just showed his comment. What the fuck I'm talking? What the fuck I'm on? Damn. Anyway, I'm over here I'm tripping and shit. But anyway, I got to do my videos and everything. But yeah, if I was y'all, I call that barbershop and I tell them, do not let Steve. And that barbershop is in Plano, Texas, by the way. Do not let Steven Crowder or anybody like him up in there. Yeah, at least have fun trying. Yeah, man. Mona, I'll leave Mona alone, man. If I were y'all, man, she would. I'm saying right now, listen. I'm too old for Mona. Mona will wear my ass out. Tell you that right now. That woman will wear my ass out. You damn right though. I don't know. Exposer. I don't go on Sharon's channels. I don't go on Sharon's channel. Fuck him and fuck Brownsville. And I do know Brownsville's watching too though. Fuck, for all that bullshit that happened on Taylor's channel. But anyway, I'm gonna jump off of here. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.